Yeah, buddy. It looks like we are live. What up? What up? What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Lucky. I'm back with another one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, chat, I need y'all to do me a favor. Put a one in the chat if you can see me and you can hear me clearly. Put a one in the chat if you can see me and you can hear me clearly. I got Miss Millie in the building and I got locked and loaded in the building. What's going on, ladies?
What's
What's
happening?
going on?
Y'all doing all right?
I'm doing great.
Okay. Locked. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. All right, bet. That's what's up. So look, before I get into today's topics, right? I just want to know, like I usually do y'all have anything that y'all want to get off your chest? Anything that you want to vent about, or just anything you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like bring to the table.
No, I'm good today.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good
Yeah,
today.
okay. Y'all always good till we get into these topics, yo.
No
Y'all
pressure,
always
no pressure.
good till we get into these topics.
Because you bring the pressure.
Oh, is that what it is?
You bring the pressure.
Nah, I bet. I got you. I got you. All right. So we're gonna get into the first topic, right? Which is perception, right? Is perception reality, right? And if so, what is it that leads perception, right? What is it that, when you perceive something as whatever it is you perceive it as, what leads you to that, perception? Y'all get what I'm trying to say?
I do. I don't necessarily agree with perception as reality. Because
Okay.
your eyes can deceive you.
Yes.
Okay. Your eyes can deceive you.
Yes. You can
How can
see
that
something and then that's not what it really is.
how is that possible if you actually see it?
Because it's just a perception of what you see.
But
It's
did you actually
It's
see
like
it?
your brain's telling you. It's like you see what your brain telling you. That's what it is. That's what it looks like.
yeah, but it don't necessarily mean that that's that.
But
So your
yeah,
brain, so you're saying that your brain can change what you actually saw.
I believe if
yeah,
because you
yeah.
only see you're only seeing a smidgen of it. So you don't get to see the whole thing. Now when you're seeing the whole thing it's fact. But perception is just what it is, perception. It's not necessarily reality.
Nah,
It's how you
not.
perceive it. It's
Hold up now, hold. It's how you perceive it. So you and I can see the exact same thing, right? The exact same thing. It happened. It's on video, right? So
mm-hmm,
the video is going to be the same across the board, right? You agree?
mm-hmm,
Okay. But I can see it one way, you can see it another way.
absolutely.
But what is reality?
If you're looking at the whole thing, if you're watching the whole thing and you see it for what it is, that is reality, that is fact. But if you're watching a smidgen of it and you're just going, hey, I see this part, it's just a perception. You didn't get to see everything that went down.
Okay, okay. Let's just say if we both saw the whole thing. We both saw the whole thing. I have my take on it. You have your take on it. Who's correct? We both saw the exact same thing. The
I
exact
have my
same.
reality and you have your reality.
Well, you said, hold on now. I thought reality was reality.
Reality is fact. You
So
seen
how
it,
could
I
you see
seen it.
through
So
so who's
somewhere
right?
down the middle, somewhere down the middle, both of us are right.
Miss Millie, you're gonna have to jump in and help me here because I'm confused on this one. I'm confused, Miss Millie. Help me understand what's being said here. Well, first of all, what do you think, Miss
I would
Millie? What do you
say,
think?
okay, your eyes can play tricks on you. So at the end of the day, what your mind can tell you, this is what you saw, and you're gonna run with it. Because in your head, that's what you saw. That don't make it true. That don't make it reality. but your mind is telling you this is what you saw. Now, going back to what you said, Lucky, about it being on tape, I mean, if it's on tape, it's on tape. You see the whole thing on tape. I mean, you can't, I mean, you know, you can have a different opinion of it,
Okay.
but it's on tape. That's just like if you see somebody rob the bank, you know that little John in them. But at the end of the day, you gonna say you don't know. But
Okay.
your eyes, you see them. You see them every day. You
Okay, I
know.
got you. I got you.
So
Okay, okay. So let me ask you this, right? If you see a video, you don't know the people in the video, right? Somebody does
hmm
something in the video, right? Some people may say, "Oh, that was inappropriate." Some people may say, "Oh, nah, that was fine," right? You
hmm
understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but the video is this exact same video.
Yeah, that's why everybody has their different opinions of that video.
But who's
Everybody
right?
don't have the same mindset. Like some people are bashful when it comes to sex. Some people are outspoken, you know. So at the end of the day, to each his own.
Okay. So who would be is there right and wrong? Is there reality? Like is it really
Yeah,
such
it's
a
a
thing?
right and
Because
wrong.
okay,
You
listen,
know
listen
you
what I'm
can't.
saying.
You know it's wrong to go out there and to just randomly kill somebody. That's wrong. Why? Why would you do that? It's wrong. So and it's right if to go and help that person. So right from wrong.
Okay. So is there ever a fine line between right and wrong? Or is it always definite? Like this is definitely right, this is definitely wrong. Or your your
Yeah,
opinion can you know what I'm saying? Your perception be like, no, this is okay, but that's not okay. And then somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa.
it
it's
can be.
it's where
It
your it's
depends on
your
the situation.
it's I believe it's where your moral compass lies. Every individual's
Yeah.
moral compass.
So
So go
if
ahead. I'm
if
sorry.
if everybody's moral compass is different,
It is.
Yeah.
how do you where do you draw the line if everybody's moral compass is different? With who's you understand what I'm saying? Like how do you pick? Well, okay, you know what? When it comes to this, your moral compass is on point, so we're gonna go with you on this one, and then on this over here, well, their moral compass is right, so we're gonna go with them on that one. You see what I'm saying?
I do get what you're saying. Um I don't know. I don't really know. I
Yeah,
just
I don't know.
what I do know is like so if something is happening, right? And so say like me and Miss Millie are watching it and it's happening to you, right? And she says, "No, it's cool. It's nothing." And I say, "No, that ain't cool. Don't do that." So I'm feeling like what is happening to you, how you feel would be the right thing. So for the individual, you kind of get what I'm saying?
Okay, I do.
So what I see doesn't really phase, and what she says doesn't really phase. It's who it's happening to that makes it, a good thing, a bad thing. I believe, and this is just me. You could do. I know I'm gonna get some flack for this. You could do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Then is it still wrong? Is it still the wrong thing?
It is
If it's
wrong,
the right reason?
but it is wrong. But I look at it as uh gray. You understand what I'm saying? It's not a black or white with me when it comes to that kind of situation. It's gray,
Okay, so some things are gray area, some things are black and white.
right? For me,
Okay. What makes it
Yeah, me too.
what makes the gray area gray and then the black and white areas black and white? Is it based on majority? You know, the majority of people say that this right here is wrong. So this is this is black and white, you know, because this is what the majority of people say versus well, this is kind of iffy based on how I feel about it. So I don't care what the majority says. Now it's about what I say. So that could be the gray area or vice versa.
It's for me, in my view, is what it, like I said, it has to do with my moral compass, right? So it's what I consider black and white and what I consider to be gray. You understand what I'm saying? It's not societal because you know right from wrong. It's just like I said.
I don't know right from wrong because my right and my wrong might be different than your right and wrong, and that might be different from somebody else's
And
right and
that's
wrong.
where I said,
So
it for you, it's where your moral compass is. If it feels bad to your gut, don't do it.
okay, so it's up to the individual, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So then, how as a collective do we come together and determine what's right and wrong? If it's up to each individual, right? If it's up to each individual to determine based on their moral compass what's right, what's wrong, what's indifferent, what's gray area, what's black, what's right, how do you determine anything if it's all up to each individual?
I mean, because for individuals such as myself or yourself or whatever, we choose to get up in the morning, go to work, and do what we got to do, versus going to go rob a bank and getting what we need. So you know, one is the right way, and the other way is the wrong way.
But is
There's
that wrong way? Is that wrong way based on your moral compass?
it is based on societal.
Okay, so that goes back to
So
what I
there's
If
asked.
you going
okay,
to
so
prison,
there's consequences
What?
for doing the wrong thing. That's probably how I can
No,
explain to you.
no. There are
Like,
consequences for breaking the law. The law
right.
doesn't necessarily have to be the right thing. It's just the law. So the
No, I'm
consequence
just
is on the law, not necessarily whether it was morally right or wrong.
okay.
Right? I mean, do you agree or disagree?
I'm saying like it, like I said, it's up to the individual. You could wake up in the morning and choose one or two ways to go.
Hmm.
Do the right thing or do the wrong thing. And for and not always when you're doing the right thing, because there are you reap benefits when you do the right thing. When you do the wrong thing, there's consequences for the wrong things that you do if you get caught, right? And if your moral compass is in its right place, that's going to make you feel some type of way because you did some type of wrong.
What you say, Miss Millie?
I say to each his own.
Ah, okay, I got you. I got you. Let me ask you this: are there any laws that you think are wrong? It's just a wrong law. It's a law that
I
just shouldn't
do.
have.
I think they have real stupid laws.
Okay. What about
Yeah.
you, Lot?
Mm, that's kind of like a double-edged sword because someone has done something stupid. That's what that law was put into place for.
Okay, I got you. Doesn't necessarily mean they did something wrong, right? Because some laws are put in place for safety reasons, right? Like
Absolutely,
speed limit,
absolutely,
Mhm. Yeah, of
and a
absolutely.
course.
I mean,
seatbelt, whatever, things like that, right?
absolutely.
So that's not necessarily morally wrong to speed, right?
I mean, if you want to be in a 20-mile-hour where the school is and you going 70 and 80, you know that's the wrong thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay,
mean,
what
I
makes
don't,
that?
I don't, I
What
don't
makes it
necessarily
wrong?
mean
What makes it wrong?
because it's dangerous.
Okay, so anything that's unsafe is wrong.
No,
Okay, so is it wrong or is it unsafe?
it's unsafe. It's not, I don't think it's wrong to put
No, you
that
said it
stop
was
sign
wrong.
there
You said
or
it was wrong.
no, I never said it was wrong.
Okay, I'm sorry. It sounded like when you said doing a 70 through a school zone, you said it's wrong. I thought that's what you said. I'm sorry. I could be wrong.
I was
I could
saying it's
be
Yeah,
wrong.
wrong
I
to
heard that
drive
too.
70 miles per hour in a school zone.
You said it's wrong.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Basically, it's
Okay, but
dangerous.
so dangerous and wrong, are they both the same thing?
No, they're two totally different things.
Okay, so is it wrong or is it dangerous to do 70 through a school zone?
It's both, my love. You're gonna hurt
Okay.
somebody.
Nah, I get it. I understand what you're saying. Like it's dangerous. I get it. It's unsafe. It's
There's a lot
I
going
feel
on.
like it's both.
The kids are
It's
getting out of
dangerous and it's
school.
wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and people are, I mean, there's a lot more going on during that
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's
So many babies out there.
okay. So when y'all say wrong, that would be it's morally wrong because of what I'm saying,
Yeah.
what can actually go wrong.
Yeah. I
Okay.
would say that.
And that's based on whose morals? Yours, right? The individual.
I hope everybody's. But yes.
I mean, come on. Now we should know that everybody is not set up the same, right? Morally, and everybody's moral compass is not necessarily
And I would look at it
equal.
as common sense, which we know a lot of people does not have common sense. But I would hope in that situation, common sense will pop up in their morals and be like, you know what? No, let me slow down. People, children are out here.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. All right. Now it's just interesting because I believe that, what I'm saying, perception, right? It kind of how you perceive something, right? Like you said, your eyes can play tricks on you. And a lot of times the tricks that your eyes can play on you, I believe have a lot to do with either your particular moral compass, right? So if you see something based on your moral compass, you might say that that's wrong, whereas somebody else may say that that's not wrong, right? We all see it where I mean, we see it in life, you know what I'm saying, across the board, right? When it comes to politics, when it comes to religion, when it comes to just, relationships and everything. That's why you always have, you know what I'm saying, this side versus that side, right? Because everybody has their own perception of certain things. And then so a
Absolutely.
lot of times their perception becomes their
Yeah.
reality. I used to hear people say, well, I honestly used to hear women say it all the time, and I never understood what it was that they were talking about. When well, my reality is this, or
But it
my
doesn't make it
reality is
right,
that.
or it doesn't make their reality. See, and that's when you said that, yeah, it I've heard that so much. Perception is reality. Perception is the individual's reality. Doesn't always mean that it's the right, because people see things different. You understand what I'm saying? Shit, I got one eye that don't work, right?
And you
Say
can't see
like
that.
my left eye don't work. I could only see out of my right eye, right? So
Okay.
that what I see was my perception. You know what I'm saying? You did this to me, and you thought you seen me do something, but you're not really sure. But that's your reality. That is the individual's reality. Not It doesn't make a fact.
Okay. Okay. I got you. I got you. I think I don't know. I'm kind of torn
You're
on it.
kind of
You know what I'm
torn.
saying? Yeah, because like I said, I used to hear women say all the time, "Well, my reality is this, and my reality is that," right? And I used to be like, "Yo, what are you talking about? There's only one." You know what I'm saying? There's only one reality. It doesn't make sense. But I think there's a difference between reality versus facts, right? I think a fact is a fact, period, across the board. Like that doesn't change. But then I do believe like some people's individual reality is based on their perception, you know what I'm saying, of that particular fact, how they perceive it, right? And a lot of
Absolutely.
times what we how we perceive things are based on, things that we've been through in the past, and whatever, you know experiences we had and stuff like that, childhood, whatever it is we may be going through now, and then other people's experiences and things like that will um have an effect on your reality, but the fact is still the fact, right? But because it's up to each individual person, it's just like, at the end of the day, what is reality? I can hear people speak on something, right? And I'll have a totally different outlook on what it is that they're speaking on, right? But that's their reality because it's simply what it is that they believe, right? And a lot of times
Right,
you
right.
live, or you're living based on, whatever that perception is. So that becomes their reality. And then again, my reality is something different. So at the end of the day, what is reality? Is there really reality, or is it just up to each individual person that creates their own
Their own
reality?
reality.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying? And then people
right.
are arguing their realities based on whatever it is that they're basing it on, right? Their experiences, their past experiences, their present experiences, their belief system. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. So, is reality real, or is it just based on everybody's
It's real to the
individual?
individual.
You know?
I believe it's real to the individual. And then I was going to say, or I was going to ask, so do you consider the word perception, semicolon, opinion?
Is perception? Yeah, your I think you derive an opinion based on
Perception?
your perceptions. Yeah, yeah. I think you
Okay,
come up with you use your perception of certain things to come up with an opinion.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right, cool. That's what's up. I just thought it was interesting because, you see a lot of different things, and you just see how some people are so far to the left on one thing, some people are so far, you know what I'm saying, to the right on one thing, but it'll be one thing that they're looking at, you know what I'm saying? And it'll be totally split down the line as to whether something is appropriate, inappropriate, it's cool, it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And so it just makes me wonder, like, okay, if I see something and I'm like, it ain't look that bad. I don't know what everybody's getting worked up about. And then other people are like, no, 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 that's crazy. What is it? What is the difference between me and them? Or what's the difference between the people who, like me, say it's not a big deal versus the people who are saying, oh, no, 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 that is a big deal? What is it that we don't see, even though we're looking at the exact same thing? So can it be based on experience? Maybe somebody been through something, and so to them what they're seeing is a huge thing, but because I've never been through what it is that that I saw, it's like, nah, it's not a big thing. You understand what I'm saying?
I
So it's
do.
like, what
I do.
makes, what I'm saying, what makes people so split? You know what I mean? When it comes to the exact same thing that you're looking at, what makes it so, different on each end?
I mean, like I said, like I think, I think it's your life experiences that may, and like I said at the beginning, so a video that's out, I seen a piece of it and I didn't like what I see, so I swiped and I didn't look at the whole thing. So my perception of it is not even, it's not my perception is not even valid because I didn't even give the video the full attention it needed. Let's just say that too. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm,
But if you're saying like we're all sitting down and we're all watching the same video, you could change my perception by me watching the whole video. So that's why I say it's not a reality. Perception is just perception, which is
mm,
like I said, an opinion
okay.
that like you didn't fully even watch it. So how can you even have an opinion? But you based your opinion on the small tidbit that you did see, and that made you feel some type of way. So now that's where your opinion stands. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That,
But I mean,
and like you said, being going through things or been through some things will, have you thinking some type of way. It will.
Right. Right. But even with that though, like you said, you only saw a clip of something, right? Versus seeing
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing, right? On the internet, people like to clip things up, and then people, they see a clip and they come to a conclusion based off a clip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just the clip, right? Everybody can still come up with their own opinions simply based off the clip, right? Without seeing the whole thing, right? Some
Right.
people are still gonna have an opinion, you know what I'm saying, based on how they perceive just that clip, even without knowing, you know what I'm saying, the whole story. And so, yeah, now when you see the whole story, now it adds context to what it is that you saw. So, yeah, now it may change everything, but even just, you know what I'm saying, the clip itself, everybody can still come up with their own opinion based
And
on, you know
and
what I'm
so my
saying.
question to you is, so it like, if you're just watching a clip, does your opinion or your perception at that point, if you just seen a tidbit, is it valid?
Yeah, it's valid based on what I know. So if all I know is just this clip right here, then I can speak on just the clip itself, just what I saw, just off the clip. Now I can't give a whole breakdown as to what happened. You know what I'm saying? I can't give a whole bunch of context as to, well, this is what led to this and that and blah blah blah. This is what happened before, and so that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. But I think just seeing that clip, I can come up with an opinion of just that clip. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, from like it's based on the little tidbit that you've seen.
Right, right.
But when you having a conversation with somebody and they're going back and forth and you only seeing you're like, did you see the whole video or did you see the whole whatever? And they're like, no, I only seen what I needed to see. So how can you even, in my opinion, right? I
Mhm.
mean, I'm gonna still have an opinion, but I'm saying overall, my opinion is not really valid because I didn't give it the full attention that it needed. Yes, I seen that tidbit and I have an opinion on that tidbit, but I don't. My opinion is not based on the whole all the information. You kind of get what I'm saying?
No, I
I didn't. I
understand
didn't. I
exactly
didn't
what you're saying.
receive all the information. I just was like, shit, I ain't watching this. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right. I get it. So that's why I think you just have to specify, say, yo, based on the clip, you know what I'm saying? This is how I feel, based on the clip. But if you want me to speak on the entire situation, I don't know the entire situation. I would have to see the whole thing to come up with a, you know what I'm saying? If to see if my opinion is a little bit different or whatever it is on the whole situation. Just like an investigation, right? When officers show up or detectives or whatever, and they show up on the scene, they can only go by what they see at that point, right? So they're going to come up with their own, opinion of what it is that happened. Right now, when they go and investigate and start looking for suspects and start interrogating suspects and getting new leads and things like that, then a lot of times the whole thing can change, right? They may have had one suspect and was like, nah, it's looking like it's this person. But then when they bring that person in, and they interrogate them or they have a conversation with them and they check out their alibi and things of that nature, then it's like, nah, you know what? Nah, we don't think it's this person, so we're going to rule them out, right? But they still had to come up with something based off of the little bit of information that they had, right? So it's valid based on, you know what I'm saying, what they have, but they can't come up with the whole story until they investigate further. So I think that little tidbit, I think is still valid for the information that they have.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So you know. Okay, so look, we're gonna move on to the next topic right here because I know Miss Millie, she over there real quiet, but we're gonna get into this topic right here.
Because I told you to each his own, man. Everybody look at things different. So,
Miss
Yeah,
Millie,
I,
go
I
ahead.
mean, I like to get a different perspective on things. So, I mean, open my eyes, make me see
yeah.
something that
So
you know what I'm saying? And that's, I mean, you know, give me the information.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. All right, so we're gonna go into the next thing, right? The next topic that we're talking about is toxic relationships.
Wow.
So, toxic relationships. Why do y'all guys think people stay in? Or no, no. Let me see. Do you think some relationships start out from the beginning toxic?
Hello.
Anybody there? Hello.
I think there's toxic traits, and we just
Yeah.
turn a blind eye. I think so. Like we call them red flags, and so we just act like we don't see them.
Okay, got you.
And I think when it comes to the toxic, it starts off as you don't see it, but it only begins like when things start going, south. You start having like the little stuff start becoming bigger stuff, and then next thing you know, you're seeing it, and so now you just at each other, just constantly at each other about everything, the little stuff, the big stuff, the medium stuff, stuff that don't matter. Just angry at each other all the time.
Okay. What would
And that's
cause
when the toxic stuff starts.
what would cause that? What would cause two people to just be at each other all the time, right? If you're in a relationship, what would cause two people to like even get to that point?
Um, I guess not being compatible overall. You thought you were compatible, but then you guys are not. Um, I don't know. I've never been really in
Yeah,
a toxic
yeah, me
relationship,
either.
so I don't.
I would say communication.
Okay.
I don't
Trash,
know.
trash communication.
The
Yeah, I don't
person is
know.
just trash.
It's trash.
Okay,
People
in
out here
every
is
way.
trash. It's so let me ask you this, right? Why would people stay in a toxic relationship, right? Why like and when I say toxic, right? So you do have relationships that start out good and then eventually, you know what I'm saying, they kind of go south. Um, some relationships hit a rough patch and sometimes you're able to work through it. Sometimes it's like, nah, it's better to go our separate ways. But what would do you think would cause two people to stay in a relationship when the relationship is just getting worse and worse and worse and worse? I've seen people in some relationships and I'm like, this what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like what do you think would cause two people to stay?
Sometimes a person has nowhere to go, so they wind up
Yeah.
staying.
So when you say nowhere to go, you mean like a living arrangement.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
so we've had conversations about giving up your finances and let the dude take care of everything. And then like, so he's got everything and say he's the one being toxic or whatever. You ain't got no money, you ain't got no job, you can't go nowhere. So you wind up stuck in a situation. You don't want to be in it, but you don't have any other avenue at this point.
Okay, so finances could be a huge reason as to why somebody would stay in a toxic relationship.
I believe so. I mean,
Okay.
convenience,
Yeah.
it's convenient to stay. It's not extreme. It's not convenient in the full sense of convenience, right? Because convenience, you're comfortable, so on and so whatever. It's easy to come in and out, and you know. But I'm just saying, it's just that you have somewhere at night to lay your head and stuff like that. I don't understand.
And some people just fear being alone.
Okay. So fear of being alone, finances. Okay. Why do you think what do you think causes a fear of being alone? Is it like a society thing where if you're not in a relationship, then something must be wrong with you? Is it internal within someone, like they have like attachment issues and so they just have to You know what I'm saying? They just have to be with somebody. Like what
I
would the fear of
mean,
being alone, you know?
it depends on the person, I suppose, and whatever they went through in their life. Some people might have abandonment issues, so you know it all depends on that person.
So it could be various things that would cause
Yeah,
somebody to have a fear of being alone.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so fear of being alone. Um,
I mean,
what
that's my opinion.
finances. What about your childhood, right? Or somebody's childhood, right? Let's just say they grew up in a household where all they saw was this, foolishness, right? All they saw was toxicity. Mom was toxic, dad was toxic, or maybe you know
It's it,
boyfriends. You know what
the
I'm
whole
saying? Like you
house.
think some people that's just what they know because that's what they grew up in, and so they perceive that as what a relationship is supposed to be.
Yeah,
So they
could
think that's
be.
the norm. Like that would be
Yeah,
the norm for them, and I like I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, I could see that. Like, it's just bad all the way around. And then when you get out into the world, you get into a relationship, and that's what you think. He's supposed to beat me upside my head because that's what my dad used to tell my mom. She he loves her after he beat her and stuff like that. I could see that. I could see that. You know,
yeah. I can see that.
Oh, okay.
I yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, being alone is not that bad. Um,
It's not.
it's not, it's really not. And I mean alone, which is like there's no family around or whatever. It's not that bad. It's not that bad because so personally I come from a big family and I'm the youngest, and I've always been, even in the house, like looking for a quiet space. You kind of get what I'm saying? So when I
Mm,
got older, and I had my kids, and then here go my kids. I got my two kids. It's noise, or it's this, or it's that, and then still looking for a quiet place. You know what I'm saying? But then when I got to be, where I'm at right now, I'm being alone. It's not so bad. It's really not. A peace of mind is a wonderful thing.
yes,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yes, it
definitely,
is.
and I think a lot of people mix up being alone with being lonely. You know what I'm saying? I think it's two different. I think it's two totally different things, right?
Right.
I think you can be
Yeah.
alone without necessarily being lonely. I
Hmm.
think being lonely is more or less like you don't know yourself, right? You don't know what it is that you like to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the thing that lights that fire inside of you. You don't know who you are. So when you're not around other people, you don't know. Like you can't be alone because when you're alone, you have nothing. It's almost like you gotta feed off of other people's energy. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right. It's like being
Yeah.
a clown. You always got to be um what is the word I'm looking for? You got to be on stage all the time. You know what I mean? But if, like you said, like if you like being, you like yourself, you understand yourself, you know the things that you like and dislike. There's a there's nothing wrong with being alone. I tell people I go to dinner by myself. I go to the movies by myself. You understand what I'm saying? I love me. I can have a good time by myself. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I
No,
can.
that's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
So
Don't nobody love me like I love me. So
so
yeah,
so do you think people are to the point that they fear being alone or lonely so much that they would rather be in chaos than to be lonely? Like you think is that really a thing
I think like what you said, they're so used to the chaos. They're
that that's
used to
all they
it.
know?
That's all they know. You know what I'm saying? That's all they know is chaos and noise and stuff.
Yeah.
Always got to be going on.
Who do y'all think is more toxic? Who you think have more toxic traits? Is it men or women? Here we go. Who do you think have more toxic traits? You know what I'm saying? Men or women? And be honest. Be honest. Be honest. Because if you're honest, you're not gonna say men. I'm just saying. If you're being honest, you're not gonna say men. No, but for real. Because I mean, y'all would know better than me.
I
Come
don't
on now.
really know. I think it's like
A
a
split.
50-50 split,
Split.
because I just think that like you said, I keep going back to what you said. If you raised around that shit, that's what you know.
Right.
So, if you got a family of 10, right? And you got five that are not toxic, but the other five are toxic. It's just that's just the way it is.
And
Okay.
I've seen toxic women and I've seen toxic men. So,
Okay. So let me ask you this: when it comes to the toxic man versus the toxic woman, right? Are there different? I don't want to say different levels of toxicity, right? But are there different things that a man would be, you know what I'm saying, toxic towards, and different things that women would be toxic towards, right? So toxic is like, let's just say, an extreme, right? Um, because men and women are different, right? And when it comes to relationships, men and women, have different viewpoints and things of that nature, right? So, are there certain things that women would be more extreme about, and then
oh
other things
yeah, yeah, because
that men
women
would
that
be
say
more
some
extreme?
some mess in public and have you ashamed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Women have you, yeah.
So,
I done
so
heard some things said. Okay.
okay, now look, Miss Melly, you over there like, yeah, 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 but you ain't really saying that. Okay, so you
I mean,
saying that
cause
the woman?
I've heard some women say a lot of some real foul things to their men. Just toxic and just stuff that should never be said, especially in public,
Okay,
ever. And
so
so,
so
yeah,
so women,
they
would
can cut deep. They can go below the belt.
okay. So women use those words to like really
Yeah,
cut into a man.
yeah,
Okay. Is that, do you think that's a form of manipulation? Like, do the woman knows that that's gonna hurt the dude, right? Like,
yeah.
when they do that, they know. So that's they're intentional about, okay, I'm gonna hurt you and I'm gonna do it in front of people. We ain't keeping this behind closed door.
If they toxic,
Okay.
yeah, they don't care who around.
Okay, okay. What you say, Locked?
I'm not sure.
You're not
I'm
sure?
real. No, I'm not sure because I don't even know what would be said that would be toxic. I think is it what you say is toxic, or is the behavior toxic?
Both, actually.
Is it? Because I
Yeah,
don't know. That's what I'm
I
asking.
mean, cause if you're in public with your man, are you gonna, pick an argument and say things that you should say in the privacy of your own home?
So
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I think
I
it's
might be a little toxic because I'm gonna tell you.
Oh my God!
I'm saying because I don't know. I don't have a filter. So wherever I'm feeling it, I say it, and I don't say it like trying to be like disrespectful, but I don't. I might be a little toxic just by the definition that you just gave. You kind of get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
yeah, that's where I'm feeling it. That's where I'm gonna say it.
so you
I
yeah,
don't know.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't think it's so much. I think it's a combination of the behavior and what it is that you're saying, but I think it's more so the behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, some things just need to be said in the privacy of your own. You know what I mean?
Uh
And
huh.
So a lot of times, sometimes I think women do that because they know if they say it in private, the outcome might not
Right.
be
You
very
might
good.
bust me
So
in
it's
my
like,
mouth.
let me get mine off out here in public because I know you ain't gonna hook off on me. You know what I'm saying? Because we got cameras out here and we got witnesses. So yeah, usually we in the house and I can't really say nothing. So when we soon as we get in Walmart or wherever we at and it's a bunch of people around, yeah, I'm gonna let you have it.
And yeah, some men just as toxic, they'll still turn around and bust them in about right
Okay.
I
All right.
think do you think that comes from um so much fear that you are now seeking protection, so you will do it in public?
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
Miss Mitty said, "I don't know. I ain't never did that, and I ain't never been getting knocked upside my head. 'Cause I
Because
knock
I
you
back."
don't
would you
know.
would you would get tired of him beating you upside your head or whatever when you say whatever it is that you're saying in the house. So now you have something to say and you're tired of him beating on you. You just have something to say. So you're gonna say it in public. So
But I mean, you still got to
I
go
don't,
home.
you might not have to go home because he might pop you in the mouth right there, and then they come and get him and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying. I don't. I don't.
It's
I'm
a
not. It's
setup.
not.
It's
First
a
of
It's not.
all,
setup.
first of all, that anybody out, any woman out there getting beat on, I'm gonna tell you what to do.
Oh my
Go
god.
in, go in the kitchen and fix them some grits.
Oh my
Get it nice and thick.
god.
Say, baby, you hungry? Soon as he say yeah, put them damn hot ass grits on his ass. I bet you won't hit you no damn more.
Grit ball.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely don't condone, you know what I'm saying, hitting on either end. I don't condone. I don't think it's okay if men are doing it to women or women are doing it to men. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
The
don't, I
playing
don't
with
think
the
we should
hands.
be the past,
At all.
but I
Keep
don't
your
condone
hands to
that at
yourself.
all. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think that shows a lack of emotional intelligence. That you know what I'm saying. You just have to. You can't control your emotions to the point where you know what I'm saying. You got to put hands on somebody. I don't think that's this shows a lack of maturity.
So,
You know what I'm saying?
okay, you say that, right? And I think
Mhm.
we're gonna go off into something else because I'm gonna ask you a question. So, and we're not talking about the person you are today, right? Because we know you're a little bit calm, but you might still answer it the same. So you're telling me that I come out of nowhere, me being a female, come and just pop you in the mouth. You just gonna take it?
You
We're not talking
okay?
about the person you are now.
When you say you are a female, I need see this is see that's just a clip. Now I need some context, right? Now, so if we just going off the clip, right? Um, I'm gonna have restraint, right? I'm gonna have restraint, but you are liable to get rocked.
Right,
Yeah, you're liable to get rocked. But
right.
again, maybe if you add some context to it, my answer might change.
No, because for every action, there's a reaction. Period.
Yeah.
I didn't mean I hit you, but you didn't mean to hit me because your reaction was to what I did to you. So you would call
There's a
that
replay.
a lack of emotional what you call it?
Um, yeah, that's kind of pushing the line. But so with me, just me being a man and understanding, right, that as a man, I'm in a how can I say it? I'm in a unfavorable position, right, when it comes to going up against women, right? I'm going to be very careful how I move. You understand what I'm saying? So, depending on the situation, that's probably going to save you. You understand what I'm saying? It's probably going to save you because I know that at the end of the day, for the most part, I'm not going to have any wins in the situation, right? Again, that's my perception of the situation when it comes to men and women and hands, right? So you probably gonna have an upper hand, especially if we're somewhere in public. So it
And
has a
there
lot.
are
It has a little bit
women,
to do with it has a little bit to do with emotional intelligence, and also has a little bit to do with consequences and repercussions. Because I know that the odds are going to be stacked against me.
and there are women who know that about dudes, and that's what I was asking about the actions of being toxic, right? So there are females out there that know that the dude is not going to put his hands on her, and she tries to beat him down, either with her words or with her hands. And 9 times out of 10, that dude is way stronger than you are. So yeah, but I've never felt it was that where boys ain't supposed to put their hands on girls. You put your hands on him, and then you think he ain't supposed to pop you back. No, I can't do that.
Yeah, but the consequences are a little bit different. But that's one of the things that I talk to my guys about, like just understanding. You know what I'm saying? That you're not gonna have the upper hand in certain situations, and that's why you got to get out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to stay
Don't put
in
yourself in
certain
that
situations.
situation.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it, man. Listen, a lot of guys are they look at women and they take the body over the behavior, and I tell them that that's just it's all the way bad. You know what I'm saying? Behavior has to come first, not the body. But you know what I'm saying? For some guys, it's just like, yo, she's bad. I'll probably never get another chick like this. And if this is what it is that I have to put up with to get access to this body, so you know what I'm saying? They'll do it. They will do it. Now,
That's
don't get
crazy.
me wrong. Now, I'm a body guy. You understand what I'm saying?
I
But
hear
now
what
I'm
you're
not
saying.
putting up. I'm not putting up no foolishness like that. I just it's nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, that's why I say, like I said, about the woman being toxic,
Yeah.
because she feels a need to tell you you ain't gonna put your hands on me, and she knows it's in the back of her mind. So she just slapping you up and down the street, all in front of your homeboys and all that shit. That shit is whack to me.
Yeah. That's wild that a
Yes,
dude
me too.
stay, you know what I'm saying? In a stay in a situation like that. Like, I mean, what would I don't know. Like I don't know. I guess maybe he needs somewhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Hmm.
he don't want to be alone. But and everybody's different. Everybody has their own reasons. But I believe, if you don't have self-esteem issues, if you don't have insecurity issues, if then you know you shouldn't be staying in a situation like that, especially if it's hands, especially if it's.
Yo, that's pressure. I
But
can't do
again,
it.
for some people, it might be ingrained in them. Like that might be the only thing that they know, and therefore, you know what I'm saying. You won't do better until you know better, and so everybody in your surroundings might be in that particular situation because that's how they all grew up, and so the vicious cycle just keep repeating itself from generation to generation. And now y'all got kids, y'all kids is watching y'all put hands on each other, and they think that that's what it's supposed to be like. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's like that with almost everything in life. When it comes to finances, you know what I'm saying? If mom and dad always struggled, never, then you pretty much always going to struggle financially because you don't know the game. You don't know, oh, okay, I need to invest my money. Oh, okay, I need to this, that, and the third. You don't know. It just becomes a vicious cycle. Um,
Yeah,
again,
that's
with
why
relationships,
we discipline our kids. Um, well, not now, right? But our generation and back, we were disciplined different, but it was like generational. That's how they got disciplined, so that's how we got disciplined. Then so on and so forth, going back, and then the kids of today, they don't get disciplined like we did, and the first thing that come out of our mouths is we were it and we still alive, we all right, we ain't hurt, we ain't blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's the same thing. It's just generational.
yeah. What discipline you think was better? You think it was better back in the days, or more
Yes,
effective? I'll say more effective. Like,
yes, yes.
okay, okay, all right, all right. I got you. I got you. So yeah,
Because it taught you to respect. In some aspects, it taught you to respect because you didn't. Well, for me, it wasn't just um, the discipline that they were giving me, right? But they would also talk to me. So I was getting both, but I was still being hard headed at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? But these
Mhm.
kids nowadays, all they barely get talked to. They all soft, kind of. You talk to them, they start crying. You know what I'm saying? Or later on in life, they tell you all the bad things you done did to them, and you like, you didn't get the beatings that I got. So you need to chill on that. They disrespectful. I heard kids in the stores and everywhere else telling their mamas, F you and I can't stand you and um what's the other thing? Um what's this new thing where they're separating their selves from their parents? Like I've never heard that. I don't
Mm.
no contact. No contact with your parent. Like I've never heard no shit like that until like
Yeah, me either.
nowadays. Yeah, that's crazy to me. How you don't have no contact with your parent? I just don't understand that.
Mm. I got you. I got you. So, what's one of the toxic traits that we see with with men? Like, what are one of their you know what I'm saying, toxic traits? Oh, see, y'all proved my point. So there we have it, y'all. It's the women that are toxic and have these toxic
Some
traits.
are
Y'all
needy.
see, huh?
Some are so needy. Is that not toxic?
I don't think that's is that no, that's not.
No,
I
I
don't think
don't
that's
think that's
toxic.
toxic.
Oh,
That's like a emote. That's I ain't gonna say what it is, but I don't think I don't think that's toxic. That's something else, but it's not. I don't think it's toxic.
it's bitch shit.
But it could be. It could be it's not toxic, but it be
I like that.
listen,
I like that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. It's even when I see dudes, it's like, man, come on, man. Like, you know, yeah,
I don't
it's
know if men
definitely.
are really that toxic. I think they tolerate a lot of toxic behavior. You know what I'm saying?
You
I'm,
said men
I
tolerate.
they tolerate the toxic behavior.
Who they tolerating it
Yeah, I
from?
think men
From
toxic comes
us.
from who they with.
You really got to jump in there. She was like, "Nah, hold on. We're not going to end this conversation with it being all the women." Oh,
I think I mean no. What I'm saying is men toxic come with whoever they're with because they'll start off real sweet, but
Okay.
then you know unless they were
Mainly,
already toxic.
mainly men don't tend to take baggage from the previous relationship into the current relationship. Females do.
I mean,
Okay, so
depending on the situation,
Like,
depending on what happened.
right. I'm not talking about
You know,
all. I'm just talking about some. Some
yeah.
women, some women. So say
I'm talking
like
about
you're
men too.
so say like you have an insecurity, right? That you've been cheated on, and this, that, and the other. That tends to um sink into the current relationship because you've always been cheated on. So that's maybe an
But that
insecurity.
goes both
That's
ways though.
right. But I'm just saying, um, so it's like I don't know, but I don't think that I
Because
don't.
I've seen men who get with a woman and swear she's cheating the whole time, and she ain't doing that. She with him the whole time. And
I'm
she
gonna give
like,
you
I'm
that
with
one, Miss
you.
May.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you that one. I think that and I think men and women too, right? But I think probably maybe more so men, right?
Yeah.
Because I think men are more possessive. You know what I'm saying? Men are more territorial and things of that nature, and so
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that once that has happened, like it can't leave your body. Like certain things, like I believe that. So we all have a memory, right? We can remember things that have happened to us in our past, right? And then we carry those things with us, right? So if we see a pattern that once resembled a pattern from the past, then we automatically going to be like, oh, okay, well, when I saw thing one, thing two, thing three back then, now I'm seeing thing one, thing two, and thing three. It's like a pattern, right? Now, some people, once you lose trust in a woman, some women lose trust in a man, they're not going to trust anybody. They're not going to trust any man. That man is not going to trust any woman, period. You know what I'm saying? But I think that that's like a trauma that's just kind of built in to your body. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't let it go. Now some people can work past it, work through it, you know what I'm saying? Go through therapy or whatever it is that they got to do. And then they'll be like, okay, well, I can deal with this particular feeling, but I don't think it ever goes away. You know what I'm saying? So um, I think women can maybe deal with it better than men can. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think men can hide it. Men are just going to be, that might be that man's, you know what I'm saying, or men's toxic trait, like just being over possessive. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just over possessive. Like you can't go here, you can't go there. I called you. Why didn't you answer your phone? I think it goes both ways, but it I don't know. It might be more of a man thing. Nah, I'm the only one here. Y'all don't fell asleep.
No,
No, I
no,
mean,
Let me
yeah,
see.
I agree with that too.
Okay, let me
I
see.
agree with that too.
Shaka Shaka 337. I gotta say in the West, it seems most women tend to wear the pants. We gotta step up and not tolerate that. A lot of wives don't even like their own husbands physically. Mm, okay, okay. Lack of okay, yeah, yeah. I think Shaka Shaka said before, that's not good. Lack of masculinity. Okay, I got it. Um, yeah, I can agree. I can agree with that. I can agree with that to some degree. I don't know if it's a just a West thing, right? I hear a lot of conversation about women in the West versus women here and women there. But I get it. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that comment? What do y'all think about that comment? Do you think most women really like their husbands, or do you think they just tolerate, you know what I'm saying, their husband for the situation that they're in? You know what I'm saying? He might be providing, or he might be this, or he might be that, and so I'm just going to tolerate this because that's the guy that asked me to marry.
I mean, if you don't like him, why are you there?
Because I think a lot of times women, they want to be married, right? But they have to be asked. And so time is running out and no one is asked. You
Shit,
know what I mean? And I don't want to miss out on this particular opportunity. So
shit.
I'll jump at the opportunity. I
So,
think that
so,
that's the
so,
thing.
so you would rather not you, right? I'm not talking about
I,
you. I'm just
I got
talking
what
about
you're
in
saying.
general.
I got
So
what you're saying.
you would rather be in a relationship where he's submissive to you, but you're not submissive to him. Like that's some bullshit. That's not no manly man. I don't want no sucker laying next to me. I'm good. I'd rather lay by myself.
I think a lot of women do want a guy that they can get over on. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
that ain't
Because
cool though. I don't.
it
That's
will
not
work
cool.
out in their best. Listen. It would work out in their favor. You understand what I'm saying? They get to have the final word. They get to have the final say. They get to have it their way, and you know what I
That's
mean.
no. I don't know what you mean. No.
You don't think that they? Let me. You think that every woman that said yes to a man really wanted, really wanted to be with that man, or do
I'm
you
not
think it was
saying
an
I'm no, no,
opportunity?
no. I understand what you're saying, right? I understand what you're saying. But I'm saying that a vast majority of women don't want someone they can push around.
Okay.
Like, you got to give me some pushback. I've been in situations where a dude, several dudes have asked to be in my corner, and I'll tell them, I can't, you can't, because I'll walk all over you, and that's not what I need. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying, like, why would you want to be with someone who's weak? I mean, that's not a nice word, but it's true. You're weak. You're gonna always say yes to me. You're not never gonna give me no pushback. Like, what kind of relationship we got going on here? Are you my child? Like, no, we're not doing that.
Okay. I think different women are. I think all women are different, right? I think some
Not
women are
even my
a little
own
more.
mom settled. No.
I think some women are a little more opportunistic. You know what I'm saying? You know, than others, and so they take advantage of an opportunity. That's why I tell guys all the time, like, stop doing so much, right? Because if you offering A, B, C, and X, Y, Z, they're gonna take it. You're offering it, and they're not. I don't think a woman is doing anything wrong if she's taking you up on your offer. You understand what I'm saying?
That's weak.
I think a lot of men are I honestly believe that a lot of men are with women that don't like them. I'm just being honest. I really think that some men have just never ever been with a woman that really liked them. I don't think that a lot of men have experienced women that actually like them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like them. Some men are so used to, and they've been raised to do this for women and do that and do this and do that. And so that's all they know is to do, right? And so now it's like their value in a relationship is do. And so you have some women that are just going to accept what's being done for them. And the man can't even tell. You know what I'm saying? That she's only accepting this stuff because I'm offering it, not because she's truly into me. Honestly, a woman that's really into you, this is I'm speaking from experience. A woman that's really into you, you really don't have to do much. You For the most part, you you really don't have to do anything but be yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, that's my experience. Now, if I had never experienced that, and the only thing I knew was you go out and chase a woman, you go out and buy this and do this and that and all the hoopla, right? Then that relationship doesn't work out, right? So now I'm broke, busted, and disgusted. Now I got to get back on my game, get my money back up. Now there's another woman over here. I like her, so now I'm going to do all of these things, and then we're together for a while. Then she leave, or she cheat, or she dishonest, disloyal, whatever the case may be. Now I'm broke, busted, and disgusted. Now I got. Eventually, I'm going to feel some type of way towards women because I'm. That's all I know is I do everything. I don't. You hear guys. Well, I gave her the world. You know what I'm saying? I give you the sun, the moon, the stars, and I'll give you the. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what they think that they have to do. And then when it doesn't turn out the way that they thought it was, now they're gonna have this negative outlook on women. You know what I'm
They're
saying?
just
So I
doing it for the
really
wrong person, the
right.
But
wrong
it's just
people.
like I said before, is if you haven't been doing those things, if you okay, so I get it. I get what you're saying, right? That's how they were raised, and that's how they know, and that's the way they operate, right? But I'm saying, you know, you I don't understand females that will accept a man who is weak. I don't get it. I don't get it. I hear what you're saying. It's beneficial to them, so on and so forth, right? It's like a fucking medical plan and a dental plan, a vision plan. You got all this stuff, you got all this stuff going on. You're able to go shopping, you're able to do this, you're able to do that. But what are you stroking his ego? What are you doing for this man? You understand what I'm saying? You're just walking all over him. And then, so what is he good for? You understand what I'm saying? To reach the top shelf, that's it? Like, I don't get it.
And
That's
You
if
two,
he, well,
yeah.
that's if he got height.
right, right. I mean, I understand every now and then, you doing stuff for her, you giving stuff to her. Don't start nothing that you're not gonna continue to do. That's the first and foremost thing. But like I said before, he's being submissive to you, but you're not being submissive to him. That's a one-way
I mean,
relationship, and that is going to end up 9 times out of 10 in a bad situation.
because that goes to show that she doesn't really like him like that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Shaka Shaka 337 said they usually walk all over the dude, and have a side dude on the side. I don't get it.
Wow.
Wow. They got a lot going on.
I think a lot of people, and I don't think it's only women, right? But I think it's more so women, right? I'm just being honest, and I don't have anything against women. It's just my thoughts, okay? Um, yeah, I just think they take advantage of the opportunities that come their way. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
That's just what I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's just crazy to me.
Why do you think it's crazy though? So okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Because
Hold
I
on. Let me
just
ask
don't
you.
I don't like when people are taking advantage of the underdog. And even though he's allowing it, right? He's allowing it, but
Right.
you're still doing the action. You're still doing that action. How does that make you feel?
I mean, obviously, it makes them feel good. I
No
mean,
shit. No, it don't.
listen. It might
Material
not make
things don't
you.
take care of everything.
It might not make you feel good, but you know what I'm saying. If somebody is, someone who takes advantage of opportunities that are. Listen, who wouldn't take advantage of an opportunity? You're supposed to take advantage of opportunities, right?
It's not
When an
opportunity.
opportunity, huh?
That's not an opportunity. That's a human being.
What's
You're
not an
taking
what?
advantage.
What's not an
That's not a
opportunity?
job.
What's
He is
not an
the dude
opportunity?
is not an
It's like I
opportunity.
said
The
before.
dude
It's
is not
like
an
you're preying
opportunity.
on the
That's not a
weak.
job. That's somebody's life, somebody's emotion. That's how people get hurt.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let me ask you this: if a guy invites you out to dinner, do you have to like him to go out to dinner with him?
No, I'm hungry. I'm going out to eat.
You took advantage of an opportunity.
That's not what I do though.
See, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
saying.
cause they, I mean, cause
Offered.
I'm not
He
gonna, I'm not
offered.
gonna make it seem like I do like him.
No, no, no. I'm not saying you making it seem like anything. He offered, you accepted.
yeah.
We're going Dutch.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We're
So,
going
so, so,
Dutch
so,
because
okay,
I'm not interested in you, right? We're going to go Dutch. We because that's just the way I operate. Because I don't like I hate to see. I swear I do. I hate to see someone taking advantage of somebody else, and it's not my relationship or
but
none
is
of that.
that taking that?
I want to ask someone who is in that situation to explain it to me. Someone who is the female taking advantage of their husband or boyfriend or whatever, they're that type of person, so they can make me understand why they do it, because I don't see it.
Okay,
I can't see a weak person on my side. That's what I call weak.
okay. I don't. Okay, so I don't see that as necessarily being weak. I get where you're coming from. So let me go back to the example that I said with Miss Millie, right? If a man offers to take you out to eat, right? Do you have to like him or be interested in him to accept the offer? He offered it to you. I don't. He offered it to you, right? I don't think it's wrong if you accept what he offered. I don't see that. I don't see that as being wrong.
We going in
I
separate
don't see it
phones.
as being wrong either.
We going Dutch.
You riding together. I meet you, but
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna pay for me something to eat. I'm gonna get me something to eat.
Yeah, I don't really see that as
I mean, because
necessarily being a bad thing.
we could be friends.
Now
It
see,
could
if
be
there
just
was some
friends. So
right now, see if there was some
and some
stipulations put on it.
random guy, huh?
If there was some stipulations put on it, right? Where if the guy said, "Well, listen, I'm gonna take you out to eat, and then afterwards we're gonna go back to my place, or we're gonna go back to your place, or I got somewhere set up for us to meet up, and we're gonna do ABC, and we're gonna do XYZ, right?" And then she says,
No,
"Okay,
if I'm not
we
into
agree."
him, no. Well, then you
Right,
can
right,
have
right,
your meal.
right. So at that
I
point, you
don't
know what I'm
want
saying?
it.
You have the
I
you,
ain't that
right.
hungry.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. At that point, you have the opportunity to say, oh, okay, well, since that's what it's going to be, then no, I decline. Right. Now, it would be problematic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it would be, I guess, suspect if you agree to that, right? And then after your belly is full and he said, okay, we're gonna slide over here to the telly, then you're like, oh nah, well, nah, you know what I'm saying? So now, yeah, that to me would be problematic because well, you already agreed that you were going to do A, B, C, and X, Y, Z for this dinner, and then you didn't do that, right? But if long as you don't agree to anything other than he's offering to take you to dinner and you go, I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, if you agree after dinner we're going to do this, and then after dinner you don't do it, then that's problematic, right?
Right.
But if
Yeah.
if he offered to take, hey, you know what, I think you look cute, whatever. I want to get to know you better. I'm gonna take you out to dinner. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. He offered it,
Okay.
and that's what I tell guys, man. Don't just go out there and start offering. You know what I'm saying? To do this and do that, and I'm gonna take you here and I'm gonna take you there. No, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because then you get mad when you don't get whatever it is that you're looking for out of that situation, right? You offered it. You know, that's on you. That's your bad. You can't get mad at who I took her out 4, 5, 10 times and I ain't get none. That's on you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm saying if that woman you ain't gotta take her out that many times. By the 10th time, if you ain't get man, listen. See, again, a lot of guys don't really understand and they've never been with women that really, really like them. You know what I'm saying? By the time the third, fourth time, man, she's like, man, come on, man. I don't want to go out to eat. I want to do something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? If a woman is into you like that, that's just how I see it. That's my experience in life. But again, I don't think a lot of guys have ever. You know what I mean? I think most guys, for the most part, paying for it. You know
She
what I'm
just not
saying?
that interested.
Pay for play. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what most guys, you know what I'm saying, do. Pay for play.
Yeah, she just not interested.
Yeah, and
She
a lot
just
of guys
interested
don't.
what you can do for her.
Yeah. So let me ask you that: is that a toxic trait that men have? Like, if they spend money on you, then they're expecting something from you. Do you think is that like a toxic trait, or do you think jealousy? You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you this: are a lot of men jealous, overprotective?
I don't know.
Yes, yes,
Possessive?
men can be a little overprotective,
Okay. Give me an example of
mixed with
like
a little
overprotective.
jealousy.
Like, what would it look like if I was overprotective? Like, would that be like, okay, well, everywhere you go, you got to check in. Um, I called you, you didn't answer. Where was you at? And why didn't you answer? And
It's
you know what
that
I'm
one right
saying?
there.
Stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's that one
I
right
was
there.
worried.
I've
Yeah,
been
I was
calling you,
worried.
you just ain't answer. You didn't call me when you got to the place, and then you didn't call me when you was on your way back home. It's that one right there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just the protection. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
That's
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 cool.
the protection
Yeah.
That's cool.
mechanism,
We can
right?
use different definitions for different things, but that's it right there. Why
Okay.
you didn't call me? You said you was gonna be, but but I, and this is the thing. There's something. The word is suspect. It has to be something that made them feel that way. I believe. I'm not saying that all men are this way, right? But I believe that that if he wasn't doing that in the beginning, I believe that something had turned the corner, and then that's why he's telling you about calling when you get to somewhere and calling when you get back. And he's calling. So I don't think that's a jealous thing. I think it's just you
You think
did something to
something?
make him uneasy.
Mm,
Hmm.
It's like I said, if you was doing that in the beginning, right? Because if you would, I guess you would be telling me in the beginning, in a different sense of the word, like, hey, call me when you get to the place. I just want to make sure you get there, and then call me when you're on your way back so I could be up or whatever, whatever. But then as the progression of the relationship is like, I called you, or you've been calling me, and now you ain't calling me when you get to what you're doing, so on and so. Yeah, I think it's suspect.
okay, I got you. I got you. I had another question, man. I can't even. Man, that messed me up. I gotta start writing stuff down. I'm getting to the age, man. If I don't jump in there and say it, man, it's like, oh man, I don't even know what I was gonna say. Let me ask you this, right? When it comes to toxic relationships, right? Right. We talked about the things that we talked about finances, right? A lot of times people will stay for finances. Um, we talked about people having the fear of, you know what I'm saying, being alone, not wanting to be alone, and so they stay in a toxic relationship. Let me ask you this, right? When it comes to that good old loving, right? When it comes to the getting some action, when it comes to that hot pocket, right? Do you think that that plays a role in why people stay in toxic relationships? Just because it's that good
Could
is
be.
I hope not.
It could be.
I hope not.
why
Some
you say
people
you,
like us
you
because
hope
some
not?
people like it.
Right, yeah. Some people that's
Yeah,
just
some people
you know
just
what I
like
mean?
the toxic stuff.
And the fussing and the fighting might add a little bit of,
Spice.
Spice to it.
yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable even saying
Add
that
a little
because
spice
it sounds
to it.
funny.
A
It
little
just sounds
seasoning,
funny.
a little seasoning on it.
A little seasoning on it. Okay. Yeah, I mean it might heighten, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, whatever, the
But
pheromone
then you hitting the hot pocket and you
the
looking at her eye and it's black.
Okay, that part. Now, now you, now you hitting the raccoon.
Oh my God.
I mean, that might. What do they call it? Like people have like fetishes. You know what I mean? So maybe that's just a thing. Like you know what I'm saying? We wrestle, we tussle, and then we, you know what I mean?
No,
Nah,
no, Russell and Tulsa is two different things.
I'm, I mean,
And two black eyes, that's a whole nother
There's
thing.
right. There's a difference in being hit and then getting a beating.
And tussling.
some people like getting beat. Some people
I'm just
like getting
saying. I'm just
whipped.
saying.
You know what I mean? Just everybody kind of
Look,
has their
I
own
like
thing.
the occasional spankings too, but what they got to do with my
Oh
eyes?
my God. I don't want no black eye.
Okay.
Oh man, I got
Don't
you.
hit me in my face.
Okay, got you. I got one more thing, right? And I'm gonna bring this one up, right? Because this a comment from uh Shaka 337, right? I did a video one time, right? And it looks like Shaka watched the video. Yeah, I watched the video. Many women want multiple men for different things, right? Now, let me break it down because I know how women are. They just hear that and they be like, what you trying to say? So
I hear exactly what you're saying.
what
I
what
love
I'm
that.
saying, right, is like
Yeah.
nah, so like what I'm saying is women like a dude, right, who I'm not gonna say like has multiple personalities, like a mental, what is that, like schizo? You know what I'm saying? Like not like
Mhm,
that, but a
mhm,
man who can be the clean cut guy, right? He can be the thug when it's
mhm,
time to thug it out, right?
mhm,
He can be the intellect when it's time to be the intellect, right? He's the
mhm,
provider when it's time. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So a lot of times what happens, and I break this down to
Yes.
men, and like y'all know me, y'all know I get to the money. I work, I get to the bread. Um, I work out all the time. I know I'm on that body game, right? So I try to be as well rounded as possible, right? Um, do you think women get bored if their dude, right, is just one dude?
Absolutely. I mean, I like a man that wears many hats.
Yeah, me too.
You know, he can we can do this. You know, we can walk the beach and do that. And we also can do other things, that, we go I don't know. I just like a guy that is well rounded, that does multiple things,
Yeah.
that can, and who is not uncomfortable doing it.
Okay,
You understand what I'm saying?
y'all can thug it out and go to the juke
Yeah.
joint. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And
Yes.
y'all
We
can
can
get
go in the
dressed
hood,
up and
Yeah.
go to a
feed the
Broadway play.
homeless.
Go
You know what
fishing,
I mean? And then y'all can
stuff
right,
like
right.
that.
Okay. Do you think sometime
Because the
with
square is he can't even change a tire. Like, what are you good for? What are you good for? You can't even
all
change
right,
a tire.
so it's in a man's best interest to be as
Now I'm
well
changing a
rounded
tire.
as possible, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Because
But this is
I
the
mean, because
thing.
cause as a woman, we have to be well rounded.
Okay. Let me ask you this, right? For the women that like to put their hands on men, right? Like the woman is like, let's just say she's the
Oh,
more
hell
aggressive
no.
one in the relationship, right? And the dude is just laid back, he's weak, he's not, it's no pushback or whatever. Do you think that could be a situation where the woman is trying to get that tug out of him? Like she's trying to pull that the bad boy out of him. Like she likes him, but she's not liking him because he's just weak,
Mm-mm.
and she's trying. Nah, you don't think she's trying to like,
No,
yo,
she's
No,
this dude can
I don't
disrespectful
think
push
to
that,
so.
him.
man.
So
She
how
just,
could she like him?
yeah,
She's very disrespectful to him.
But she's trying to get him
yeah.
to.
That's,
No, 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 no.
Trying
If
to
you ain't that,
trying
if
to get
you
him to
mm-mm.
is, if
force his
you
way.
are not that, if you are not that, I can't make you become that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So let me give you an example. So you go to dinner, right? And your thing is you don't mind eating McDonald's and all this stuff. Um, and then we go to a fancy restaurant, and I understand that you don't like per se you don't like seafood, but there's a gazillion types of meat that you can eat, and you can eat them in different ways, right? I don't like a man who is not willing to try. So you eat steak, but you won't eat filet mignon, or you won't eat lamb, or you won't eat pork chops. You understand? You won't try it. You just simply say, I don't like it. You understand what I'm saying? And I'd be like having a conversation with you, yo, let's go eat sushi. You'd be like, yeah, 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 I'm gonna eat sushi. And then when we get to the sushi spot, you like, I want tempura. But that's not sushi. Like you're not even willing to try it. I can't make you, but I would like you to. Therefore, you could tell me that you don't like something. But trying to get the thug out of somebody, if you ain't got no thug in you, you just ain't got no thug in you. You're about 100 years
Yeah. You
old.
either got it
I
or you
can't pull it
don't.
out. Hell, you about 100. I can't pull it out of you at 100. You just ain't got it.
Okay, so that pretty much
Yeah.
goes back to what y'all said. She just really don't like him.
No, she don't.
You
She
know
Yeah.
what
just
I'm
being
saying? She's trying to
disrespectful.
Apple.
turn him into somebody else. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
a bigger
mean?
pussy than what he already
Oh my
is.
gosh, Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
She don't like them. She don't respect them.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's what's up. So, toxic relationships. What's the number one reason that you think that they stay? Is it the action? Is it that hot box? Is it the money? Is it the they don't want to be alone? Like, what would you put the number one reason for why people stay in toxic relationships?
I believe because it's not, they don't have anywhere else to go.
Because they
That's
have
what I
nowhere
believe.
else to go. That's what you believe.
So
Okay.
financially, they're stuck.
Okay. What you say, Miss Millie?
I don't know, man.
She was like,
No,
I
no.
can't figure out for the
I,
life of me why somebody would stay in a situation like that.
I
But
don't know.
I'd rather live in my car. I'd rather live in my mother,
I'm telling you,
the
I
seat
stay in
in
my
my
car.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no
So
action
I
that
don't
good.
know.
I'm gonna put up with all this foolery. So why they do it, I can't figure it out.
Yeah, I'd rather stay in my car for that mess. Get some peace.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I think finances might be I don't know. I think finances might be a big thing. But then sometimes it's not because sometimes it's a situation where, you know what I'm saying, it's a relationship where they don't even live together. You know what I'm saying? They both got their own place and they still just keep coming together.
Toxic.
It's just you know what I'm saying? Like
So
I
they
don't
just
know.
tolerating one another. Maybe, and for that reason, maybe like you said, maybe they're afraid to be alone. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Maybe.
mm,
But the sex good.
mm. Yeah. So I guess it would be one reason, let's just say if they live together, right? You could say, well, it's probably the finances if they live together, right? If they don't live together, right? And then you know what I'm saying? Because you know, he got his own place, she got her own place. Yeah, it might be that hot pocket, right? She just has that action,
Yeah. You know,
that
they said
appetite.
the crazy ones got that.
Ooh, oh, I got you. I got you. I don't know. We're gonna revisit this because we're gonna really find out. Like we're gonna do a poll. We're just gonna stop people on the street and be like, "Excuse me, are you in a toxic relationship or have you ever been in a toxic relationship?" Well, let me ask you a question. Why is it that you say it, right? And we just gonna have a list of things like A, B, C. You know, and they gotta pick, right? And
Yeah.
we're gonna be like, what's that show? Family Feud, right? Top
Top
survey
10
said,
answers on the right. Top 10 answers on the board.
yeah,
Yeah, it's I don't know. I just
Yeah, that's okay.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't you know how people say I don't like people that argue, but they be the first one to argue.
yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like people to argue back. They want to be
Right.
the one to just start the
Right.
argument, but they don't like when
Right.
people argue back.
Right. And then what people don't realize, me included, that if you just don't say nothing, who are they talking to? Who are you arguing with? You know what I'm saying? You're not they're arguing by themselves. So,
It hurts
you
them
know,
even more when you don't engage. You know what I'm saying? Like you just, yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
right. You know what I mean? They get mad because what you mean? I'm right. You right. You absolutely right.
I don't even say nothing.
Nah,
I
hold
just turn
on.
my back.
Oh, you just turn your back.
I
Oh,
do. I
we
just
talked
I
about it.
just turn my back. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just turn my back. I'm not even listening to you. Nothing you
At
saying right
all.
now. Cause yes, it ain't.
that's
I'm not
rude.
nice when I'm angry. I know it's rude, but it's better that than me get angry. Cause I'm not very pleasant to be around when I'm angry.
Hmm. You don't say.
Mm,
You
yeah.
don't say.
I don't. What's that? How you say that word? Compartmentalize.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
I
saying you
don't know.
don't do that? You don't
I
know how to
don't
do
know
that?
how to do that with my anger.
I realized that. I saw that. I've seen that come out of you.
But I can acknowledge it. I don't.
Are you?
I need to fix the behavior.
Yeah, I see.
That's
You can't separate. I get it. When you don't like, is nothing they can say, do. You can't put it in a box. You can't.
Yeah.
I've seen that. And I've seen you
Yeah.
do that.
It's none of that. It's
None of that.
out. It's
Yes,
over.
yes.
It's done.
Yeah, yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen you do that. It. I mean, it was interesting.
I mean, but the thing is, the first thing to what the first thing to what does they say is to acknowledge it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like,
A
yeah,
recovery.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is to acknowledge it. I need to go to the second step, whatever the second step is.
Yeah. Let me see. Shaka Shaka 337
Okay.
says
Okay.
that's why women
Okay.
love
I'm with it.
men who can put them in a place respectfully. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think women
I
like a
mean,
weak dude. But
so Miss
I think
Millie,
it's
how
just some women that like again, they don't like the dude, so they're just using the dude for whatever it is. So they're just gonna walk all over him. But I think
No,
that when a woman really likes a dude, when she's really into a dude, yeah, she wants that dude to, you know what I'm saying, stand up and, you know what I'm saying, put her in her place when she needs to be put in her place.
so I was gonna ask Miss Millie, from a woman's standpoint, you notice that if you're in if you're in a setting and you're, let's just say you're bickering with someone, and one somebody of a male perspective is trying to split it up, he actually lights fire to it, and then there could be the same a different guy that come in and try to break it up, and you just like you put he puts out the fire.
Well, it all depends on how I'm feeling about that person, or
Right,
if even if I know that person, because if I'm having an altercation with somebody that I know and somebody that I don't know step in to try to diffuse the situation, he gonna get the backlash too. Cause why are
right.
you minding my business?
Right, but the
Mm.
person that you
But
are kind of friendly with or whatever, and they come and they could say the same thing that other person said, and they just wind up putting out the fire. I don't know if it's the tone,
oh
if
well,
it's,
yeah,
yeah, and I've said
yeah, it
that.
could be
I
the
don't.
tone.
It could be the tone. It could be the person, because the person really kind of understands. Yo, it's okay. It's gonna be all right. It ain't that serious. So on and
Yeah,
so forth.
and it could be the wording.
Right, right, right. So yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
so
it's true. We do like a man to come in and take control, but it just depends
oh
on what
yeah. Yeah, what and who that man is.
right, what the relationship is, you know, if they're a shit talker and they
Yeah.
talk shit all the time and they put trying to put out fires, they can't put out no fires. But if it's somebody that is level headed, you know what I'm saying, and you have an understanding with, and they really understand, and the thing is, I like a person to come and tell me, yo, you was wrong in that situation. Okay, I can eat that. I can eat that, right? But if the person that I don't, if the
Hmm.
guy that I see that I don't see eye to eye with, and he come tell me you was wrong, it just ignites that fire even more. So yeah.
That's what's up. So it really all boils down to, again, women liking that man. And again, I
Right.
just really don't think a lot of men really understand. You know what I'm saying? Don't really understand that concept. I think guys think, yo, once that's my girlfriend, she like me. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
it ain't true.
Yo, that like
Yeah.
that feeling can be up and down. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a long term relationship, y'all been together 3 years, she could like you for the first year and a half, and then at some point now you weak, you ain't doing the things that you used to do. She don't like you no more. Like you've lost that magic feeling. As I say, you've lost that love and feel like it
Uh-huh.
just ain't there no more. Guys don't really understand that. You know what I'm saying? So I think they think once that's my girl or once that's my wife, then that's just what it is. But clearly and sadly mistaken. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. All right, we got one more. Again from Shaka Shaka 337. Obviously, he got to be a attractive man to take control. He can't be an ugly man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Women find a lot of men unattractive. That is why body game is important. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do believe, man, body game is very important, right? I don't think it's the end all be all, but yeah,
It
and
plays
that's
a
why
part.
I'm in the gym. That's why I'm in the gym
Mm.
the way that I am. It plays a part. I mean, come on, I believe that the same way men like a woman with a nice body, I think women like a man with a nice body. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And so no, I think you got to be as well rounded as possible. Now, I do believe that men that ain't got no game, ain't got no charisma, you know what I'm saying, don't really stand a chance. But you can have a lame dude with, you know what I'm saying, a body, you know what I'm saying? And if that woman is into guys with a body, then he probably has a
Mm-mm, no,
slight
that's
point.
not true. He
Huh?
better have some gray sweatpants on too. If he lame, he lame, no game, all that. Yeah, you better have some gray sweatpants on,
Nah,
cause
listen,
she
listen.
about to pay
No,
you no attention.
nah, listen. You know what? I really think that I can't really speak on that though, right? But I think I think that if a woman is really just in, see, everybody has their own thing. You know what I mean? And so I believe the same way men will put up with certain things, right? Because they're attracted to a woman who has a nice body. I do believe that there are women out there that will put up with certain things. You know what I'm saying? If that dude has a body, I don't know. Am I wrong?
There was a
Yes.
I mean, I
lie. The
could be.
truth
I
ain't
could be.
in them.
But you didn't know.
Yes. For I
And
mean, because it's not all about I
yeah,
get it. Like the
the
body
body
is
don't.
is the first thing that you see. So that's kind of superficial, right? But if you lack in other places, you're not going to be able to keep that person. You kind of get what I'm saying? That's why I
So,
say you have to wear many hats. You have to be so much more. So don't you hear people say I'm so much more than what I look like? I don't lack substance. You understand? There's other things to me besides what I look like or what my body is. I understand first impressions are what you see, right? But in order to sustain and keep that relationship going, you have to have so much more.
right, but in order to get that started, in order to get that initial spark, that initial thing, it's all going to be based on attraction, right?
It's
So
gonna
it's
be on,
going to be
yes, it's
based
gonna be
on,
based on attraction, and then after that is gonna be on what comes out of your mouth.
right, but forget about the second part, right? Because you ain't going to get the second base if first base ain't hitting for nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you can't hit the ball, you're not going to get the first base. So you
You
got to
sure?
have something initially that's going to make somebody be like, "Ooh," right? You understand what I'm saying? Well, listen, with women, the beauty industry is a like billions of dollars industry, right? When it comes to hair, the eyelashes, the makeup, the whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying? Because they know that's the thing that's going to get a man's attention. You understand what I'm saying?
I
So
do.
for the most
Yeah, I
part,
do.
right? For the most part, it's this for the most part, it's the same thing. Now, for the most part, y'all don't really have a whole lot to look at, like really when it comes to a man, the gray sweatpants or the body, right? You may look at his clothes and y'all, I know y'all say y'all look at his shoes, you look at a man, you can tell the caliber of a man by the shoes that he wears and stuff like that. But I mean, that's what men use, right? You got a body.
Men that don't have no body, no nothing, they go in their pockets and they show you what they got,
So
and that's
how do they
how
go in their
they
pockets? How do they go in their pockets initially? Do they walk around with wads of money in their hand?
no. What they do is try to offer it to you. So they try to get you with the money. I mean, it's happened to me. So I'm just speaking from a place of experience. And that's the thing. You ain't got no game. You ain't got nothing. I'm telling you, I'm not interested. But
Mhm.
you're constantly trying to give me, oh, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But I'm like, yo, I'm not interested. So I don't want nothing that you got. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, but that's when a man is trying to pique your interest, right? I'm speaking on the thing that's gonna make you look at a dude. You don't know him from a hole in the wall,
Sure
or which I
don't.
said, you don't know him from a can of paint. What's the thing that's going to make you look at a dude? It's
His
got to be his look.
smile. Oh, he's so sweet the way he talks. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean it is the way he looks. It is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so a dude that you see walking around with a big belly, right,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
and boobs,
Mm-mm.
versus
Mm-mm.
a man that you can tell, right? He has on a nice fitted shirt, he got shoulders, got biceps or whatever. Which one of those men? Just you don't know either one of them. Which one of them is going to catch
I
your
take
attention?
contestant number 2 for 200, Alex.
I take one.
I ain't doing no beer
You take
belly.
one. Hold up. You wait. Nah, you got to explain that, Miss
Cause
Mom.
I mean, the one that has the body, he's gonna be the arrogant one. The one that flirts with all the women. The
So
one
you think
that I
Hmm.
like the preserve.
So you would take the big overweight dude over the dude that's in
I
shape.
mean, it depends on how overweight now. I ain't talking about 500 pounds life type
Yeah,
thing.
no, no, I ain't gonna talk about nothing crazy. I ain't gonna talk about nothing crazy. But I mean, you could definitely, when he has a shirt on, you could tell that he's fatty. He got man boobs. You would
Okay.
prefer you would prefer that dude over the dude that's
As
fit.
long as his boobs not bigger than mine.
Mm-mm.
I don't believe it.
I don't want no man that
Oh.
don't know other woman want. I want the man that every woman want. That's the man I
No,
want.
I ain't saying don't no woman want. I wouldn't. It's not that I don't want if no other woman doesn't want him. Of course I do. However, I don't want him trying to want other women because he know he can get them.
But see, look, you already judging the man before you even know anything. I'm just asking you, which one would you? Now I get it now. So you have something in your mind that's going to say, well, this dude, right? Because he probably has more options, right? Because he looks a certain way, right? But I'm just saying, initially, off of attraction, just initially off of
Off of
sight, which one
attraction.
is going to look? Which one would you be more attracted to? Now, yeah, you might say, well, I get it.
Okay,
This guy,
what are they wearing?
both of them are wearing the exact same thing.
Sweatpants.
Yeah, sweatpants.
It all depends on which one is waving.
I got you. I got you. All right. All right.
I mean, you
All right.
said attraction, so
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I got you 100%. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all for taking time out of y'all day. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Shout out to Shaka 337 for participating. Definitely appreciate that. Let me see. You got one more comment, right? For women
What
that
was the comment
scream,
before that?
I'm a player or L boy when I got yeah, yeah, listen. Um yes, Shaka, absolutely 1000%. I get what you saying. I yes, absolutely. I know what you're saying. I'm in the gym every day, so I get it. I get it. Let me see the comment before that. Uh Women like that lean and muscular physique a lot. Absolutely. I think they lust for it more than men do for women because the males in the animal kingdom supposed to be showier if the man is in shape. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, right. And I think it's more a man that's in shape, a man that's lean and muscular is more of a commodity, right? There you women that have nice bodies, right, for the most part, kind of come a dime a dozen, right? Because a lot of women, again, like I said, when it comes to beauty, you can see a woman once she gets all dolled up versus when she takes all of the makeup off and the hair off and all of that stuff. Two totally different women, right? Men and like I said, you can have a bunch of women that once they get all dolled up, you know what I'm saying? They're pretty, right? For the most part, right? Once they're all dolled up, right? For men, it's less likely that you see a man who is in great physical shape. So that man who is in great physical shape, in my opinion, is it's like supply and demand. You know what I mean? So that man is more in demand because there aren't that many men. I mean, you can't just go and put on a muscle shirt and then it just muscles just appear and then you got a chest and nah, that's something that a lot of men
And
have
you
to
wear
work
spanks
for and
and
a lot
pull
of
your
men.
stomach in either.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like women have the little waist trainer, you know what I'm saying? The little
Right,
body thing and
right.
it'll make it shape and all of that. Men don't have that. So it's less likely that you see a man who is lean and a man who is jacked and has a great physique. So when women do see that, it's just like, oh, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like,
right,
oh, you know what I mean?
right.
So, but then again, like Miss Millie said, a lot of men who are in great shape like that, they do have a lot more opportunities come their way. So, Look, Miss Millie, you just gotta compete. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't care about
You gotta,
that.
you gotta compete, man. You gotta
You
compete.
know, I don't care about competing. I
You
get
just
what I
can't.
want.
I got you. I got you, Miss Millie. I got you. And the last comment, let me see. Hey, Lucky, don't forget, women like a nice on a dude too. Is that true? Do y'all like that?
Yes, that is true.
Really?
Yeah.
That is true because
Yes.
yes, we like that solid. Uh.
Oh my gosh, what are we
Something
talking
you
about?
can grab, when you got a spread eagle, you can grab.
Oh man. All right. But so,
I
but
mean,
you
it looks. I mean, because look, it's just like you said. We could put on the Spanx and we could put on this to make up the eyelashes and this, that, and the other, right? So when you guys get dressed and you guys have on the slacks and all that stuff, when you yes, it looks good. It looks
Yes.
delicious. So we prefer a nice
did you
physique.
say delicious?
Yes.
Yes,
It
you
looks
did.
delicious.
Oh goodness gracious. Yes.
Magically delicious.
Hey, Shaka
Yes.
Shaka 337, you on to something. You
Yes.
on to something.
Yes, yes. I mean, it looks very. I mean, it's very appealing, and that's why I say I rather I rather this is just me. I rather have someone that everybody either admires or likes versus someone who no one's looking at because I just it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It looks good, and I know it looks good. So I mean, therefore, yeah, if I like it, somebody else should like it as well. It looks good.
So women like who women like.
Yeah, we like
Yeah.
tight asses because it's. Let me not get into what I was getting ready to say, but yeah,
Oh my God.
All right,
yeah,
we're gonna leave that
yeah.
alone. We're gonna leave
There's
that
some
alone.
there's some that the butt ain't so tight, and so
That's
no,
true. That is
no.
true.
Yeah, it's time to close this one out. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Shaka Shaka 337. Appreciate you. Let me see. Women are pre-selected. Let me throw that one up there. Women are pre-selective, yes, but some women get pretty insecure. So it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Shaka Shaka on point. All right. Good night. All right. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you again, Shaka Shaka 337. Appreciate you, locked and loaded. Appreciate you, Miss Millie. I enjoyed the conversation. And with that, we're gonna wrap it up. All right.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.